How you doing, guys? A lot of people are having trouble with these drum disc rotors off the Ford F-150s. This is off of 2006. I think there's probably similar years. What happens is they get rusty right around here, and they get locked onto the axle. I'll show you what it does here. I got a picture. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, you can see right here. It's what happens is it gets all rusty in there, okay, and it becomes sort of like a rust weld, and they're just a bugger to get off. You got a reef on it and everything else. It just doesn't work. I'll show you what I did. Well, first I went on YouTube, and I guess it works on some units. It depends on how rusted it is. Here in Canada, I guess with the salt and that, it's worse than anywhere else. This is off in '06. We're now in 2013, so it's been on the truck for 7 years. It's the original one. So you want to do your brake pads, and then by the time you do your brake pads, you see that the rotor's probably shot. So you want to take it off. If you're just doing your pads, or you just leave the rotor on, doesn't matter. But anyways, if you're changing your rotor, I looked on YouTube, and they tell you to bang the hell out of it pretty much everywhere. I hit it from the side, I hit it from the top, I hit it really hard everywhere with a sledgehammer. It doesn't matter if you damage it because you're removing it anyways, you're throwing it out. Anyways, it didn't work. I tried a torch, a regular torch. That didn't work either. It was just a normal propane torch. I didn't have any cutting torches. So I guess the propane torch doesn't give off enough heat. Something else you could try is a puller. I had this puller here. I think it's I'm not sure. I think it's a 5-ton puller, but that didn't work either. The metal rod here, I don't know if you can tell, it's bent. Anyways, I tried to turn it to remove the rotor, and this just started twisting. The metal started to just give out. So this is not good anymore. This is pretty much scrap now. So that didn't work. That's how tight they are on these things. Okay. So now the only way I found that would work is, yeah. By the way, if you had your wheels off and you're trying to remove these rotors, you remove the calipers and you get behind there and you try to hammer the disc off. But you just don't have any reach. You can't get that disc off. It's just solid. So what you do is you pop off both wheels. Okay, you remove your calipers. You remove both calipers on each side, and then you take a pipe like this. Okay, this one's aluminum. I just happen to have it around the house for a different project. Anyways, you can get something like this at Home Depot, but you can buy it in galvanized steel. That'd be a lot cheaper. I think they're about 15 or 20 bucks for an 8-foot length. They also have pipes for fencing and that, but they're very thin, so that wouldn't work. It'd probably just give away. It would just bend. So get something that's heavy duty. They're very heavy. Get an 8-foot length, because if you get too short, you'll probably damage your truck. Okay, so you want 8 feet. Anyways, you remove both wheels, remove calipers. And then once you have got your calipers removed, this will sit right into where the caliper slot is. There's a little cradle there for your calipers. Put this on one side of the truck, behind your caliper, like you run it right through the rear of your truck. Okay, it's hard to see here. Anyways, the point is you run it from right underneath your truck, and you push it against the rear of the rotor on the opposite side. Okay, and then you take a sledge. Where's my sledge? You take a sledge like this. Okay, you need a big heavy-duty sledge. Don't just use a little hammer, a regular hammer, because you're wasting your time. Okay, so you take a big sledge like this, You run it through the back underneath the truck. It'll fit just right, actually. I was going to use a 2x4, but I don't think a 2x4 would fit. Not to mention it would probably take up most of the shock. And I don't know if a 2x4 would work. It might, I don't know. But you're better off just to go buy a $20 pipe. And you can probably use it for something else later anyways. So once you got that in each cradle, it'll fit right underneath the truck. There's a little, it's almost like it was made for it. It wasn't, but it looks like it was. It'll just slide right in from one end to the other. So, and then you wind up, and you just bang it, okay? Just bang it really hard. You probably take. It took me about 20 shots for one side, and it finally came loose. And then when it comes loose, just put your car in, your truck in neutral. Give it half a turn. Turn your axle half a turn, and then you can evenly pop off the other half of the rotor. Took me about 20 shots on one side, and about 10 or 15 on the other side. So they were really stuck. I don't know why the dealer doesn't put anti-seize compound on this. Not the dealer, the car manufacturer. When they build the car, they should put anti-seize here so that doesn't happen. So when you put your new rotors on, put a bit of grease here, or a slight amount of grease, or anti-seize compound, so that if you ever have to take them off again, you won't have the same problem. Anyways, that worked. When you're reefing it, you really gotta belt it quite hard. The pipe will probably want to pop off, like bounce off. You can either use bungee cords to hold it if you're by yourself, or if you got a helper, just to hold it at the other side, just doesn't bounce off, while you're hitting it. That would work. That's my little helper there. Anyways, that should work for you. Okay, good luck, guys.